Hi everyone! In this video, I'll be reviewing the Huion 23.5-inch LED light board. If you've ever needed to transfer a sketch from your sketchbook to your final drawing paper, this is the tool that will make that easy. So let's get to my review. This is the Huion 23.5-inch LED light table or light pad. I don't know what you want to call it. It is awesome and I really love it. It has a 16 by 12 inch surface, work surface, and as you can see, that is the entire white space here that is lit up. When the light table is turned on, this whole entire white space can be used for tracing, and the great thing about it is that unlike traditional light tables, the light is completely even. So if you have some details way over here on the edge, they will be just as clear for you as the details in the middle. With traditional light tables or light boxes, they use a fluorescent light and they use bulbs, and they tend to be very, very diffuse out toward the edges. So it's very difficult. You don't really truly, you kind of have to move your paper around because you don't really truly get the entire workspace. Just because it's very difficult to see things out here. But with this LED light, it's bright, it does not get hot, and it's even. So that just makes it a lot easier to do tracing. Another really neat feature about this is that it has on its edges a ruler, and so that really makes it easy also. So if you're doing tattoos or anything like that, that makes it a lot easier. As you can see, this has a super bright LED light to it. So it is absolutely crystal clear. Even when you are using a thicker paper like this, this is a Bristol paper, which is a thicker than normal paper. So even with this paper, you can see details very, very clearly. And I used a finished drawing here so that you can see just the amount of incredible detail that you get from an LED light. With traditional light tables or light pads, it is more of a yellow light. And again, it is with using fluorescent bulbs. And so it tends to be not only diffuse at the edges, but even in the center, you don't get quite as much. It's not as strong a light, and it's also not as white a light. It's more of a yellow light. And so you don't get as much detail with the traditional light pads or light boxes. This also has several different settings to it. If you don't want something quite this bright, you can, with the touch of a button, you can turn it off very easily. You can turn it up to kind of a little bit of a lower setting, a moderate setting, and you have to hold it down, turn it off, and then hold it down to go up to the, hold on, let me try this one more time. Go up to the brightest setting. So hopefully you were able to see that. I know it can be kind of difficult to see on video, but hopefully you get the idea. It has a few different settings to it. One of the things that I dislike about this board, and there are very few things that I don't like about this board. I've had it for a couple of years now and I really love it. I find that it suits my needs. But one of the things that I don't like about it that I would love to see changed is this power button. And the reason is because, as you just saw, it does have 3 different settings to it, but it can be difficult to find those. So it's not especially easy to get it to the middle setting or even to the low setting. You can inadvertently hold your finger on there just a little bit too long. Now this is, it's something that's preferential. It's not something that's a make or break for the product, but it would be nice to have more of a switch as opposed to having to hold your finger there. One of the great things about this particular light board is that it is so thin. It's almost paper thin. So it's really easy to, as you can see, it's really easy to store and to transport places if you wanted to move it around your studio or something like that. I tend to use mine just solely for transferring finished sketches over to my good paper. So I don't like to keep it out all the time. I just store it away on a shelf, and because it's so thin, it fits just about anywhere. It's really easy. It's long, but it is very thin, so it fits in just about any slot. You can even store it vertically if you wanted to do that. It's also very lightweight. It is only about a couple of pounds, so you know, just about anybody of any age and any health, anything like that, can use this really comfortably. This does have a brighter than normal light. This particular light pad has a 4050 lux, which tells you the brightness of it, and that is brighter than the typical LED board. So that's a really nice feature too, particularly for those of us who wear glasses, because when I work on the light board, I'm nearsighted. And when I work on the light board, I have to take off my glasses. Well, that means that sometimes, depending on how close or how far away I am, details can be a little bit fuzzy for me. So having that extra bright light actually helps quite a bit. I mentioned one of the things that I disliked was this power button. Well, the only other thing that I have found that I really don't love about this particular light pad is its cord. It has an extremely short cord, and if you go to the reviews on Amazon, on the Amazon page, you'll see that pretty much everybody agrees with me. That seems to be the one universal complaint that everybody has, is that the light pad works amazingly and its cord is really awful. It has about I don't know, I think this is about a 2-foot cord. It's a ridiculously short cord, and it barely even reaches the floor from an average desk. Art desks do tend to be a little bit higher than normal, so if you have a high art desk, it's going to be very difficult to get this to reach to a floor plug. So you're probably going to need to use either a surge protector on top of your desk, as I do, or use some sort of adapter for it. So aside from that, I really have enjoyed working with this light pad. I've worked with several, and I found that this one was my favorite, and particularly for the price. Light pads can run anywhere from about $100 on up to several $1,000s, depending on if you get a light table. But I am so glad that I chose to go with this one. This one cost about $95, and it was worth every penny. I use it to transfer my drawings from my sketch pad over to my good paper, and that saves my good paper from having eraser marks on it and mistakes on it. So it is just invaluable to me, and it's a great tool. I highly recommend this, not only a light pad in general, and not only an LED light pad in general. I would absolutely go with an LED light pad rather than a traditional fluorescent light pad. But I can also really highly recommend this particular product, which again is the Huion 23.5 tracing light table. On Amazon.com, it is called the Tattoo 23.5-inch tracing light table LED light box. So this is a great product, highly recommended, and I would love to hear your comments if you have had any experience with it or with other light pads or light boxes. I'd love to hear about your comments your experiences rather in the comments below. Also, please remember to subscribe to my channel if you liked this video and you want to see more. You can hit the subscribe button, and also please hit the like button on this video. All right, well, I will see you in the next video. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.